When you first enter a restaurant, you can typically expect to be greeted with "Irashaimase."
Huzzah, folks, and welcome to my final Fallout 76 camp build. It is this, a traditional Japanese building. You know I love my Japanese stuff. And it starts here, with the grid, as Flynn would say in Tron. It's a simple grid. It's simply a 3x2. However, the building is going to get a hell of a lot smaller, so stick around, because I built a palette for this, which is something I highly recommend you guys do. So I put down doors, lighting, walls, roofs, fucking everything I could possibly think of that I might need or want to reference for this build, I put in a spot I could see it. So as I'm building, I can go, does this, figgity, and I can turn around and go, yeah, no, that wall works with that, and then I can take them all and I can just be like, straight down. Absolutely simple. But the floor plan started as this. A cube. Not the cube, which is the beginning of the Transformers, but let's leave that out of this. The cube. Pretty simple. I know where I wanted my front wall, and I know where I wanted my back wall. What I didn't know is where I wanted my side walls. Which doesn't make sense, because technically they're all a side. But anyway, I was like, right, I know where I want to put my bar. Boom. Put my bar in, which you can see there as that little white kind of indent. And then I was like, I want to make it smaller. Because these buildings in Japan in fact, smaller than my room, and I'm 6'1". I'm the width of my room, so think of they're about that big in Japan. So I was like, right, okay, I need to make it hell of a lot smaller. So I brought the wall in using the free float technique, which is awesome. It's not even a technique; it's a fucking building feature now, which is fantastic. So I brought that in, and I was like, right, door. That was my first mistake because no, I don't need a door. So eventually I get rid of the door, but I wanted to make sure my bar was in the right place. I had enough footage to actually get into the place, walk around and get to the other side of the bar. So, if I was a customer in real life, of course, I could simply walk in, pick a seat, get me some ramen, get me some whatever, like a Fanta, fucking that, and then boom, bish bash bosh, real good nosh, I've got my stuff down. Then the aliens invaded, and I had to show them the true meaning of being an American, which is shoulder-mounted thermonuclear devices. God, I love custom worlds that you can do this. Just infinite ammo, Fat Man. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. By the way, it's called Assured Destruction. I renamed it that. Anyway, back to the build. I moved the walls into the positions I want, and then I doubled them up. So far, this entire process has taken the equivalent of about a day over the span of 3 days because I'm building this while also working at the same time. So I'd managed to get the bottom floor done, and I'd got my bar into the position I wanted. I got my walls where I needed them to be, doubled them all up. I was like, perfect. How am I going to do the second floor? Because I wanted a 2-story building or a 1.5-story building. I don't know. But I had my reference pictures. I had everything I wanted to do. I was like, right, I know where I'm going with this. It's going to be pretty simple. Me being the idiot, not realizing that because I'd moved the walls and merged them together and done all this kind of stuff, it's no longer a perfect, I'll just put this square floor down. But anyway, what I'd managed to come up with is this. It's a really nice front. And I forgot that I'd bought that from the Atom Shop ages ago. But I've gone for the cinder block on the outside because some of the reference pictures I had, they were a style of cinder block kind of wall. So I was like, right, okay, that's a cool design. It's nice and white. Stick it on the side. It's like reflective to the sun. It's awesome. Then I've gone for a brick on the interior, apart from on the front wall, which has got that kind of nice panel design. I don't know where I was going with this, to be honest, but I like the thing. Anyway, speed it up later, and here's me realizing that I can't build a traditional floor, so I've got to do a little bit of a jiggery-pokery kind of thing, and what I ended up with is this. There we go, I'll put the walls on for you. And I was like, right, I like it, it's awesome, I know what I'm doing, everything's in place. Then I put the roof on, and I was like, alright, this is really looking like something from my reference pictures. I was like, it's really come together. Like, I can feel the sauce bubbling. Like, I'm mixing Gordon Ramsay's insulting people. We've got some other person throwing in whatever. But after a little bit more finagling about, I realised that I could have to put a wall in in English this time, I had to put a wall in, a dividing wall to hide the thing. But once the roof had gone on, which I went for a flat roof. Don't know how I feel about the flat roof, but once that was on, a bit of decorating here and there, and the final product is fantastic. Some of my best work. It really goes to show that instead of building something like the day before, building something a week really gives you perspective. So I managed to get the drop-down curtain stuff in around the actual bar itself. We've got plants up in the corner. I used the blackboards to hide the fact that those are floating. I sunk lights into them as well, which kind of gives this Japanese? It's not even a Japanese lighting technique. It's just a lighting technique of the kitchen's lit up, the outside area is not. I'll be honest, that's the thing I was looking for. I don't know where Japanese came from. But I tried to do my best to mimic what I could see in pictures, and I think it turned out well. Building a kitchen in this area, by the way, and I this sucks because once I'm gone and like not playing Fallout anymore, Bethesda are releasing the official kitchen that you see in all the houses as placeable objects. So screw you, Todd Howard. But once that had been done, and I liked the drop-down curtain, I was like, yeah, it's kind of there because you don't need a lot. There's not a lot of interior decoration. Exterior decoration is fine. So Crockington even makes an appearance. Look at him, you beautiful little bastard. But I was like, outside done. Inside, don't need to do a lot of decoration because it's a shop designed to be efficient and like traditional. And looking at every picture I had, which is about 50 pictures, they were all like mahogany wood, or like planked wood, and fucking, there was nothing in them. I was kind of like, Jesus Christ, they just don't do interior decoration. On the outside, I decided to add this little lip of a roof across the front because I didn't just like the standard sort of thing. And then, I don't know what I was going for with this pillar, but I needed something to like rest the trading post stuff up against and all this kind of stuff. Anywho, I wanted to make the upstairs actual livable, by the way, that's me doing air quotes. And I was like, right, okay, I'm going to make it livable. You'll see how I had to kind of give up on this idea once I decided to put those curtains in behind the bar, because as you'll see right there, they go up through the roof. So, yeah, there's not a lot of room upstairs, let's put it that way. And, of course, I just threw in every little bit of simplistic kind of cooking stuff I could think of. I keep forgetting to turn that bloody clock off. Thank God I did there. I put the ally in because I wanted to have a chef behind the counter, and then everything else was just kind of basic. I put some quick little things here and there, like the jars with the stuff in them. I used that new marquee sign board to back the wall to make it look like it's a kitchen. And then upstairs, I was like, yeah, I'm going to build a bedroom that you can sleep in and stuff like that, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I managed to get a bed in, which I sank into the ground to make it look more like a futon-style bed. And there are the curtains coming through the floor. And of course, my favourite anime, Rob Called Robot. Yeah, it's my favourite one. I don't know, Red Rocket Robot, in fact. But there we go. That's my little Japanese ramen bar. It's a traditional Japanese building as best as I could build it as a Westerner. But I really enjoyed doing this. For a final build, this has been something I've wanted to build for like 2 years. And I finally got to build it. It was awesome. I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at it. It'll be there now, forever, until I play Fallout again. But I hope you have enjoyed my final build. And as always, you guys know the drill, like, subscribe. And until then, stay awesome.